What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Yeah, I've been kinda terrible with Schmoedown reactions as of late. I apologize for that. It's just complications with my job. I had the night shift every day for the last week, so couldn't really watch any Schmoedown matches or react to them. But I'm here now, and today I will be reacting to the pay-per-view from last week, which is Deception vs. Lightning Time, which I think had already dropped on YouTube, the full thing, so I'm not really 100% sure, but I will be reacting to the actual pay-per-view event itself, because, the live thing, that is, because it's easier for me to edit later in the editing process. So I will be reacting to this. As you can see, I'm a great supporter of the corruptionness. And again, this is nothing against the usual suspects. I always end up using the other faction's hoodie whenever reacting to them because I just really like a lot of the people in other factions. And I'm a huge fan of Marisol McKee specifically, and she's playing on Deception, hence the corruption hoodie. But yeah, this is a team of a former champion on each team of the matchup, and a really promising young woman on both sides of the Schmoedown of each team. Wow, I found a way to ruin a good joke. Anyways, so yeah, clearly you can see who I'm supporting in this match, but all will be revealed who the victor is once I get down to watching it. So here we go. Also, I'll be participating, but like as usual, don't expect too many correct answers out of me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Movie Trivia Schmoedown pay-per-view special event. And that special hello is for all of our Patreon members currently watching us live here on a crisp, cool Friday night, Andrew Guy, where we had two national holidays recently, the most recent one being Wednesday, July 7th. But tonight, it is a doubleheader teams event for the ages, and more specifically for big points in this season 8 of War, headlined by Rushmore taking on Final Exam. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I am so freaking hyped to be here once again. I love pay-per-views, and you know, everyone out there knows teams is my favorite division. Anything can happen. It's all about leaning on one another, and we have a whole night of champions, man. There's champions in every single part of this match today.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm so excited, and the best thing about that is it's not about like, oh, are they going to play well, or I wonder what's going to happen in round 2 if they get opponent's choice. No, it's going to be all about how they play off of one another, and that's why they are all championship caliber players.
Same thing could be said for the announcing duo here tonight, and I lean on you to remind everyone about the ability of the 4 players that we're about to witness right now between Deception and Lightning Time. Deception with Marisol McKee, Lady Justice, and Adam the Coyote Collins taking on the Lightning squad of Lightning, Liz Shannon Miller, and Ethan Big Time Irwin. Not only are all 4 of these names perennial who you hear in the championship hunt for singles, when it comes to teams, like you said, wow, do they work well together. What makes these two squads so special in your eyes?
I mean, I love that you mentioned the fact that we have championship people here in each of these matches. Marisol McKee and Liz Miller are 2 of probably the best players in the league yet to win a belt. I would not be surprised at the end of the season to see either of them having the gold on their shoulder or around their waist. And of course, their counterparts, Ethan and Adam, are both former champions here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. But this is the thing. Adam may have got the gold and Ethan may have gotten the gold in singles, but this is teams. And
And they never
Marisol and
defended
Liz
it.
have been phenomenal teammates for both of those former champions. And I cannot wait to see how they all work together. Communication is going to be huge. You might even say that communication was a little weak in the last match from these 4 competitors. Now, I know that they might not be happy hearing that out of me, but Lightning Time maybe could have been a little bit more efficient, maybe a little bit more effective with their time, and Deception on the other side of it, maybe just a little more careful with their words. That's all.
It really does get that close, but we've seen magic late in games from both Liz Shannon Miller and Marisol McKee, and the dominance of Adam the Coyote Collins being, I mean, he's a guy that took the belt from Dan Merle, and then you have
Not a lot of
Ethan Big
people
Time
can
Irwin,
say
who
that.
is never to be counted out. This is going to be a fun match,
The other
not
guy is on
just
the next
because
match
of what's
of this
happening here
event
tonight, setting us up for a great future for the rest of the season, but also all of the things, Andrew, that we are just on the precipice of here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. We're almost back in the studio. We're almost doing live matches. As a matter of fact, you may want to check out some live match announcements that happened earlier this week, and we'll remind you of later on tonight. But right now, it's all about the past as to how we got here right now. Let's take a look.
Ethan.
Is that what I think it is?
It's time.
They have matching hats now!
It's still early for Lightning Time, and I know they have a legacy they want to build. That starts with match after match and victory after victory. I'm not going to stand in their way. Whoever they want to face, they can face.
Right?
I feel like I know the answer now to every animated movie question.
Okay, quick. Who starred in Shark Tale?
Will Smith!
Believe it or not, I actually don't have a lot of beef with Sam or the usual suspects. They just kind of remind me of a litter of poodles trying to join the LAPD canine unit. You need German Shepherds. But if you can't get a German Shepherd, I guess your next best option would be a coyote.
Welcome back to Coyote Country, you insipid knaves.
Adam Collins and Marisol McKee. It's been a digital age, but they seem like they've been pals for decades.
It's almost like they know the knowledge that the other one has, which I love to see.
I've been seeing a lot of nincompoopery out there on the data circuits about new rookies, dossiers, and other factions prematurely crowning themselves the May Queens of Season 8. Correction! These porridge heads are just a goofy distraction from what the people really want, and that's real fights with proven commodities, and that's what you're getting with Deception versus Lightning Time.
Now, Ethan has played Deception before. Didn't go our way, but this is a different team. This is a different time. Adam and Marisol are fine singles players on their own. They do some good stuff as a team together, but I'm not going to be impressed until they can get to that next level.
Here we are,
Yep, we did it.
together, in person.
In person.
I don't know if you guys are doing that, but guess
not.
what? It's gonna be a good time.
Look, I've known Liz for almost 20 years, and so to have the chance to do this, I'm just so excited to be able to do this, finally, at long last.
It seems fashionable this season to swap partners around like gnomes in a barn dance. Correction.
What?
Corruption is the only faction dedicated to actually developing its teams instead of resetting the board every single season.
Oh, you only shop around if you don't like what's in your cart. The lady is pleased. With her coyote, we're still in our infancy. And the best part about the two of us is that we keep growing and we keep getting better with every match.
And Lightning Time's gonna come in here and they're gonna give us a good match because they're just two naturally great players. But they're sloppy. And they're not gonna be good enough to beat Deception today.
But here's the thing: you know what happens to a team get hit by lightning?
Same thing that happens to
I believe
everything
it's
else.
the same thing that happens to everything else.
That's damn right.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm getting shades of above the line with these two. But hey, that's just me. I'm biased. I'm the manager of the usual suspects. I'm gonna tell you how great I think they are. But you don't have to take it from me. I'm a man who likes to let the results speak for themselves.
Lightning Time has two great players, no doubt, but the mission remains the same. Make all the other factions look dumb. I'm Adam Collins. She's Marisol McKee. Deception's back in the house. So get with the program or go pound sand.
See you out there, guys.
Another amazing promo by the amazing Nerd Chronic.
And that is where it gets super spicy, because it is these two great teams, Andrew, but it's also corruption and the usual suspects. And when it comes to Shannon Barney and Sam Levine, what's the best way to put this? Not shy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most polite way to put it. I also think that you and I are going to have to be en garde, as they say, because, Shannon and Sam will most likely come after you and I if anything at all doesn't go their way. Now, not to be said that anything is actually wrong with the match or wrong with the question, but we all know that Sam and Shannon like to use their challenges. They like to come in and talk trash to one another, and honestly, that's why they're two of the best managers here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
The live chat is on our team as of right now, and so it's like a Jimmy Fallon, Drew Barrymore movie, because Schmoedown at large is at a fever pitch, ready to get this thing underway. You feeling good, partner?
I'm feeling good. Are you ready?
I am so pumped, and let's turn it over to the golden throat of Christian Hartloff, who I hope doesn't have a slice of pizza in it.
It's time for the Movie Trivia
Schmoedown!
3 rounds
that was
in
weird for
the
a second.
team's division.
Introducing first,
representing the usual suspects,
with a
record of 1 win, 1 defeat, Lightning Liz Shannon Miller, and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Ethan Irwin. This is Lightning Time.
The usual suspects have arrived. Thank you, Christian. And you see, I've noticed something about this squad. They seem to be hat pairing now.
There's Tank Girl the
Liz,
cat.
we know you to be famous for that and the adorable kitty on your couch. Why does Ethan have a hat like that? Did you have anything to do with that? Is that something that we should discuss?
They're sharing minds using the hat.
And I feel like, hopefully it brings to Ethan all of the luck and wisdom it's brought me. Who knows? Who knows? I look forward to finding out. If at the very least, if it helps his brain cook a little better, or if it overheats it. If you need to take the hat off at any point, Ethan, I will not be offended.
I've worn this thing all day and it ain't coming off until the screen starts. It's going to be good. No, you know what? Hopefully this allows us to have a little mind meld. I'm very excited to do it. It means I don't have to do the elaborate samurai bun. It would work great for all reasons.
So, Ethan and Liz, you're going up against two of the best players in the entire league right now when it comes to the team's division and in singles. So how do you find a way, or how are you going to find a way to get an edge over Deception tonight?
Really, wherever we can. Obviously, they're both great. But, everyone has blind spots. Everyone has weaknesses. We just got to find those, and we got to capitalize on them.
All right, go ahead, Liz, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, they're two of the best players around, and the only real way I know of beating them is to play the best game we can play.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what they are primed to do here. The usual suspects representing Lightning Time. We're going to drop them out and now meet their opponents.
And their opponents, representing Corruption, with a record of 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 knockout, Lady Justice Marisol McKee, and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Adam the Coyote Collins Deception!
And there is Deception, Lady Justice, and the Coyote. Let's start with that Stephen King fan. Coyote, you're looking very relaxed, like John Cusack and High Fidelity comes to mind, but we know that you've been just ready and chomping at the bit to get back into any sort of competition. You're doing it here with Lady Justice tonight. How excited are you to just get back in that ring and feel the electric juice of a pay-per-view event?
Oh, I feel the electricity, and it's not just lightning time, Mark. I'm very excited to be back in it. My faction mates can tell you, in all these sessions we've been doing, I've been chomping at the bit so bad that I made my gums bleed. But honestly, at this point,
it does kind of look.
I'm just excited to mix it up.
Does kind of look good, doesn't
Liz
it?
again in a new capacity. I had the chance to square off against both of them last season. Marisol and myself as a team against Ethan, and one-on-one with Liz. Those were some mean words they had for us. I hope they reined it in for the rest of the match. But I will have to say, I do want to see them cosplay as Freddy Krueger and Indiana Jones in their next match.
Marisol and Adam, talking about
which one is which,
your
though?
team here. Is there an A or a B player on this squad? You guys both have an incredible wealth of knowledge, and usually in teams there is an A or a B. And this is honestly just for my own personal. I just want to know. Do you have an A and a B, or is it 2 A players on this squad?
That is a very
it's an
simplistic question, Guy. No offense. There were A and B players before Deception. There are no longer A and B players since Deception, and that's your answer.
I am known for my simplicity, so thank you for that, Marisol.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but you showed up at the park at 5:30 in the morning. Marisol, Adam, any last words before we bring your opponents in?
Shandon always gets straight A's, by the way.
She does. That she does.
That is true.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I'm surprised to see Ethan here again against us in teams, because I think we found him pretty guilty last time we played him. So we'll see how the verdict goes.
If anything,
this time.
it was Guy who was guilty.
Curious to see what those
Let's
hats
be real.
have in store, if those boost their skills a little bit. Either way, I'm ready to hear something pretty compelling on their end. So I'm excited to get this underway.
All A's. Can somebody check Shannon Barney's transcript from high school? Okay, we'll get confirmation on that. And in the meantime, we'll bring in your opponents. Lightning time. It's a big pay-per-view event, and they're all seated, ready to get going. So that is time for the rules of round number 1. Here's how it works in the team format. Round number 1, it's an individual test of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. You may not rely on the strength of your teammate to answer any questions in round 1. Each question is worth a point per competitor. Once we ask you by name or nickname to show your attempt at an answer, please show whatever you wrote down on your writing surface to whatever camera you prefer. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into a microphone. Keep in mind, you do get a point for a correct answer. You don't miss a point if you miss anything. There is no stealing opportunities. At least there isn't in round number 1. That'd be ridiculous. Each team has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the 3-round match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself another 15 seconds, use a JTE rule. You can also simply say, repeat the question. You also each, as a team, have 1 challenge to be utilized at any point throughout the match. We'll bring in both managers. We'll deliberate to our heart's content. It will ultimately be your manager who confirms and ratifies if said challenge is taking place. And now, time for the last questions you're going to hear that aren't really worth anything, just for our own personal know-how. Marisol McKee, Lady Justice, are you ready to get going?
Court's in session.
Liz Shannon Miller, you ready to go?
Clever catchphrase here.
Adam Collins, the Coyote.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich.
Great Aerosmith tune. And Ethan, 2 questions for you. The first one, Iron Man did not show up on Wednesday. Was there a miscommunication?
Sorry, other stuff came up. Apologies.
And are you ready to compete in the match today?
Always be closing.
Always be closing.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
3 rounds here in the team.
There's nothing I want. I love yelling more than this.
Get to that bonus. Each question is worth 1 point, and your very first question comes in the category of action-adventure. Action/adventure. What is the title of the 8th film in the Fast and Furious franchise?
The 8th one. Man, I don't know how many of those they've made.
You been able to escape the family memes on the internet, Mark? Because I'd be shocked if you were.
5, 4. I have passwords. 3, 2. They go to family. 1. Pens down, starting with Lady Justice.
Fate of the Furious
Is correct. Lightning Liz
Fate of the Furious
is correct. Adam Collins.
Fate of the Furious is what I wrote.
And Ethan.
I also wrote Fate of the Furious.
Well done. A point across the board. It is 2-2 as we go to your next category, and that is Oscars, the Academy Awards, which I am not hosting next year. For a point each, who won an Oscar for composing the score for the film E.T. the Extraterrestrial?
You know, they could still be calling you, Mark. They could still call.
Like I said, I have passwords. I'm just waiting to hear.
E.T. is horrifying, by the way. Just letting everyone know.
5, 4, 3. I don't trust him either. 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Lightning Liz.
John Williams.
That is correct. How about the Coyote?
J-Dubs, John Williams.
J-Dubs.
So add that Ethan Irwin.
I don't have a clever nickname for him. Just John Williams.
And does Marisol have J-Dubs?
I guess so. John Williams.
Yes, she does.
Yep, no surprise here. Perfect through our first 2 questions. It is tied up 4-4 as we get into our third question, which is coming in the category of dramas, Lightning Time, and Deception. Here we go. Which Oscar winner directed 1974's The Conversation, which starred Gene Hackman as a surveillance expert caught up in a possible conspiracy?
I have a fun fact.
Possible.
About this movie, but every time we have a Gene Hackman question, you just have to celebrate how great Gene Hackman is.
I love that, man. He's got some
So
blonde
good.
hair.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to the Coyote.
I have no idea.
Francis
Ford
Ford
Coppola?
Is correct. How about
Whoa! That
Francis
was a
Ford
total
Coppola?
guess on my
Ethan?
part.
And Marisol.
I just assumed.
FFC. Francis Ford
Closing
Coppola.
You
out the round,
see,
Liz.
assuming is good after all.
That didn't work. That didn't work. I apologize to everyone who just
We'll
heard
start the
that.
whole thing over again.
I thought it was
I will
at least
take
as
it.
good as.
You can just take away a point away. That's fine. Don't actually do that. Please don't do
I
that.
mean, at this point, we're on the verge of just giving everybody perfect rounds in round 1 and saving us the trouble, but we will.
I mean, right
go
now I'm
to
keeping
your
up with
next
those
category.
four, and
It's your
that's
fourth
good enough for
question
me.
in round number 1. It's in the realm of black cinema. And the
there it
question:
goes.
the films Menace to Society and Friday take place in inner city neighborhoods of what famous United States city?
Do you have a preference on these two, Ellis?
I mean, I've gotten to know star of one of them over some time, so I'd say that movie.
That was a very good Christian Harloff answer. Killing it.
One, it's getting on me, and I can't stop it. How about Ethan? Did you have it?
I said Los Angeles.
Once again, no clue.
You are
It's a total
correct.
guess.
How about
I
Marisol?
guess New Orleans.
I said Oakland.
Which is
Incorrect. Liz Shannon Miller
Los Angeles.
did have L.A. and the Coyote.
New York City.
Okay, so that's 2 points down now for Deception. They trail Lightning Time. It
I am
is
keeping up with Adam and Marisol. So that's good enough for
It
me.
is 8-6.
That's enough of a
Yep,
victory in
8-6
my book.
here as we get into our fifth question, coming in the category of comedies.
Ho!
Yes, okay, all right.
I don't know. I thought we were still doing that.
All right, here we go. Question number 5, coming in the category of comedies. Which actress stars as an obsessive character named Mary in the film All About Steve?
So, fun fact, John Witherspoon is in Friday, and he introduced me in my first TV set, and he said Schmoes know flawlessly. 5, 4.
Man, was it
No other
true
comedy
genius.
host ever.
That's incredibly impressive,
One.
and I'm glad that you saved that for this question.
Pens down, and we're going back
I
to
couldn't
Lady
recall,
Justice
yes.
for her 1-point attempt.
Sandra Bullock.
It is Sandra Bullock, Lightning Liz.
Sandy B.
Didn't have it, Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, that's incorrect. Back to Coyote.
Sandra Bullock.
And Ethan Irwin.
Sandy B.
Sandy B is
Doesn't work. Does not work.
correct. And so now it is just a 1-point ball game. And we are going to move to your next question, which is in the world of crime movies. Movies about illegal stuff. And for a point, which actor starred in the crime films Lawless, The Drop, and 2015's Legend?
You know, I feel like Lawless was an underrated movie, but then maybe I just like it more than everyone else.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and let's go to Lightning Liz.
I don't know. Will
No,
Smith.
you know at least one of these. I went with Tom Hardy.
Okay.
That is correct for a point. How about the Coyote?
Tom Hardy.
That is also correct. Ethan
Like
Irwin.
I said,
Famous author, Tom Hardy.
And Marisol.
Tom Hardy.
All right, that is
We are 11-10 as we get into our penultimate question. Ethan
Like I
Irwin's still
said,
perfect here in
don't
round
expect
number
too many
1.
correct
Ellis,
answers out of
see
me.
if you can continue the trend
and I was
as we
at
work
one
into
point keeping up with
animated
all 4 of them.
animated
so
films for your 7th question.
I'm fine with that.
The Lego Batman movie featured the voice talents of Zach Galifianakis and Rosario Dawson and was released in what year?
Here's why I love our fans, is we didn't even have to tell them, hey, no answers in the chat, and they're just, we don't deserve them.
It's been clean. No, we
Let me
really...
listen to the,
But stay
the
anyway.
entire answer, the entire question.
4, 3, 2, 1. Movie release dates disguised as animation. Does the Coyote have it?
2017.
2017.
That is correct. How about Ethan?
2017.
Nailed
remember
it.
that.
Lady Justice.
2018.
2018 is incorrect. Lightning Liz.
Marisol and I are on the same page here. 2018.
That is
Call it
also
women's intuition.
incorrect. And so it is 12-11. And like Andrew intonated before the question asked, Ethan Irwin is in the running for possibly a perfect round. Here we go. Question in the category of dramas to the field. Logan Lerman plays Charlie, a high school freshman struggling with depression and post-traumatic stress in what 2012 film?
Until I saw this movie, I could not have picked Logan Lerman out of a lineup if my life depended on it.
Well, that's going to hurt his feelings even further. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with new hat owner Ethan Irwin.
Call me by
Is
your
it The
name?
Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Oh, that movie.
It is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. McKee.
Mecky.
The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
She got it. And Miller?
Got every word except perks, unfortunately. So, blink of being a wallflower. I know that's not
Cannot
enough.
accept that, although it is so
That's
close to right. Adam Collins, the Coyote. Did you have it?
The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
That is correct. And so with
Works
that,
of
it is
being
a
a pole
tied
flower.
ball game after all that back and forth. And on top of that, Ethan Irwin of Lightning Time does have a bonus question. If he hits it, he'll have a perfect round. I mean, he already has a perfect 8 questions, but now it's going to be a super perfect round, Andrew.
Yeah, you hit this, Ethan. Not only do you have a perfect round plus the bonus, you also get to go up 1 point here on your opponents. You do not have to write this down as it is only fielded to you, but feel free, my brother. Your bonus question coming in the category of bonus. Who stars as an undercover cop named Tom Ludlow in the 2008 David Ayer film Street Kings?
Keanu Reeves.
Wow, he was absolutely phenomenal in round number 1. Ellis 14-13, Lightning Time up on Deception on the back of big time Ethan Irwin.
That's right. Science teachers in school were mistaken because Lightning has struck 14 times so far, but Deception hanging right with them with 13 points as we veer into round number 2. It's time for the wheel round, the wheel of fate,
I only got 4,
doom,
so I remember.
and justice.
not
We don't
really
have the
4.
sort of cheddar to send a wheel to everybody, so it's a virtual wheel that you will spin with your mind or your team's mind. The wheel's going to go around, and then it's going to settle on a category. Once there, 6 questions will emerge for the team. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing, tomfoolery, thievery is available in round 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes to 1. And like we said, Andrew, there's no penalty for missing a question, but that steal could be huge. We are going to pin it now to lightning time. They have a slim 1-point lead. And so we ask lightning time, would you like to spin that wheel first or defer to your deceiving opponents?
Liz?
I believe we're number 2, baby. We're going to go second.
Who does number 2 work for?
Right. They're going to go second, so they are going to hang in the screen for now.
I nailed it, right? That's the trash
Nailed it.
You're killing it, Liz. You are.
Even I got scared. Even Molly moved around on the couch a little bit. So we're going to drop out lightning time and bring in the manager of corruption, Shannon Barney.
Corruption.
First of all, pick your chins up because you guys just played an excellent round 1. I know it's didn't meet your expectations of how you wanted to play in round 1, but it doesn't matter anymore because round 1 is over and we've got 2 more rounds that we're staring down the barrel of that we need to capitalize on. I know you're not worried about it, and you have absolutely no reason to be worried about it. So I want to see you pick your cute little chins up because you're playing fantastic. We're going to get this wheel up. We're going to hope for a great spin, but it doesn't matter because you guys are locked in. You're focused. You trust each other. You know what you need to do. Max points, no steals. We've gone over every little thing that you guys need to go over to make sure that you have the best round 2 possible. Talk to me. Tell me how you're feeling.
Shannon, call me Gene Kelly because I'm ready to put my dancing skates on.
Likewise, I'm feeling good. Shaking off round 1, moving into round 2, and I've got the best person in the game to have by my side going into round 2. Let's knock it.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do this. Let's go.
There was a round 1.
Competitive match here. Round 1 apparently happened. I don't know.
We actually did just play round 1. Hey, there's the wheel for round 2, so it's going to spin around, and there it goes. Lightning time will move to the green room stream once they settle on a category. Round and round it goes. Just to be extra safe, we're going to check with production to see what it ultimately landed on. Andrew, there's a lot of juicy categories out there, but opponent's choice rearing its ugly head.
Surprise!
Again.
Wow.
And so we are going to drop out deception, and we're going to bring back lightning time.
I feel like this is like opposite day of what happened with Andrew and I when we did this.
It is opposite day. I love it. Liz is our lucky charm here.
Liz, I just want to say, I know we talked exactly about what we wanted to do here. Yeah. I just want to make sure that we don't want to save that for ourselves. I'm just being greedy at this point, so we probably don't want to do that.
We could go with the other one.
No, I think our first blush was probably correct, but I'd love to hear you both out.
I'm good with what we decided before.
Very good. In that case, our decision is Star Trek.
Ooh, really?
Star Trek.
Okay.
It is, and so we will drop out the usual suspects and lightning.
I kind of wonder what was the other one they were discussing, but
I don't know if it's like a clock.
Great
there we go.
Team chemistry.
All right, while we are waiting for lightning time to go to the green room, where they will not see nor hear any of the questions being asked. Should Deception miss any of their incoming Star Trek questions, then we will present the option of stealing to lightning time after all questioning has ended in the round number 2 for Deception. And I'm getting word that we are good to go. So, Andrew, Guy, 6 questions in the world of Star Trek. Reminder to Lady Justice and the Coyote, you may confer on each and every answer. Should you need multiple choice, we can provide that. Please let us know when it is, in fact, your final answer.
All right, Deception, here we go. Coming from opponent's choice to Star Trek, 6 questions fielded your way. Question number 1. Who plays George Kirk in 2009's Star Trek?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, that's Chris Hemsworth, right, Adam?
Yep, he's Papa Kirk.
Daddy
Chris Hemsworth,
Kirk.
Final answer.
God, I love the opening to that movie. Chris Hemsworth is correct for 2 points, and Deception is back in the lead.
Hemsworth.
We move on to your second question, Lady Justice and the Coyote, the category of Star Trek. Who plays Savik in The Wrath of Khan?
Oh.
That's Kirstie Alley.
Sustained.
Kirstie Alley, final answer.
I need to rewatch those original Star Trek.
Bonus choice doing them well so far. Ellis, give them 2 more points. That's 4 on the board through 2 questions as we get halfway through the round
Savik,
of Star
Spock's
Trek.
dad, I believe.
Deception, your third question. Which Trek film has the line, "Admiral, there be whales here"?
Star Trek
That
4: The
sounds
Voyage
a lot
Home.
like. I would be remiss if I didn't say that sounds like Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home. What do you think, Adam?
I mean, it
Sustained.
from the way
Star Trek
from the
4:
way
The
it's
Voyage
worded,
Home.
it's gotta be
Final
Scotty, right?
Taking a page out of Lady Justice's book there. The Voyage Home is correct, and she even hits the number of the film. Perfect through 3. As we get to your 4th question in the category of Star Trek, you are now leading Lightning Time 19-14. Here we go. In the category of Star Trek, in what Star Trek film does the Enterprise D's star drive section get destroyed, leading to the saucer section crash landing on Viridian 3?
Star Trek Generations.
It's a next generation film, Adam.
Yeah.
Since it's D.
That's the only film that the Star Trek
what are you
D
thinking?
actually appeared in. And I
say we go to multiple
believe the
choice.
only film where the
Okay.
saucer
All right.
section was
I'll
separated.
follow you with that. Let's go to multiple choice, please.
That was Star Trek
Going to
Generations.
multiple choice. Your options are A, Star Trek Beyond; B, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier; C, Star Trek Insurrection; or D, Star Trek Generations.
I think it's Generations because I think it's destroyed in Generations and it's E in the last
Yeah.
Generations movies. I think we should go with Generations.
But the saucer does become dislodged in Star Trek Beyond.
Does it?
Repeat the options.
5. Get one repeat here. Is it A, Star Trek Beyond; B, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier; C, Star Trek Insurrection; or D, Star Trek Generations?
Well, Marisol, my first instinct was to Star Trek Beyond because of the detached saucer.
But does
If
the
that's
Star
where instincts
section,
is leading you, I
Star
trust you.
Drive
Let's go
section
with
get
it.
destroyed in that movie?
5,
That's the question.
4.
Star Trek Beyond, final answer.
That is incorrect. You'll have to hold that answer for
See,
your
it
opponents.
is. It is
as we move on
Generations.
to
I
your
know my
5th
Star
question
Trek.
here in the category of Star Trek. Just to remind you, the score right now is 19-14.
Terrible year,
And
by the
your
way.
penultimate question.
Terrible
in the
year,
category of Star Trek.
1914.
Who directed Star Trek First Contact?
Jonathan Frakes.
Indeed, yes.
Right.
Jonathan Frakes, final answer.
Right back on that pony. They are correct for 2 more points. Your final question. Oh,
You
sorry.
talk about handling opponent's choice well. This is what you're witnessing. There is a steal opportunity out there for Lightning Time, but Deception still has one more question.
And it's a
they can
multiple
possibly
choice
score
steal,
some points
so
on here.
it's less
That's right,
points.
Ellis. When you're this good, it is hard to pinpoint your opponents on a weakness. So we get to their 6th and final question here in the category of Star Trek for Deception. Whoopi Goldberg appears as the character
Guinan.
in which 2 Star Trek films?
Guinan
Generations
appears in Star Trek Generations.
And Nemesis.
Yeah, Star Trek Generations and Star
Nemesis?
Trek Nemesis. Final answer.
I was just testing your pronunciation, Coyote. Give him 2
Correction.
more points.
Correction! Well, I didn't know Nemesis.
They really got you good. Don't worry, they're going to get me good if I have to ask a Star Trek question.
But
that is correct, and so
I know she
Deception
was
very ably handling a tough category with Star Trek. It is currently 23-14, an imposing lead, and so we will allow them to remain in the stream as we welcome back Lightning Time for their 1 steal opportunity, and we will get word that they are back shortly.
Hey, buddy.
I mean, I would have probably gone with. I already forgot what the correct pronunciation is and what the. Well, it's we'll settle it after the show. The bottom line is this: welcome back, Lightning Time. Hope you're relaxed in the green room. Got yourself something out of the fridge.
Great.
You do have 1 steal opportunity, and it is a multiple choice steal. So please allow Andrew Guy to reread the question and give you the options, and then he will also tell you what answer was wagered by Deception. Is that all well understood by Lightning Time?
Yeah.
Andrew, at you're ready, sir.
All right, Lightning Time. You gave your opponents the category of Star Trek, so that's what this question is coming from. In what Star Trek film does the Enterprise D's star drive section get destroyed, leading to the saucer section crash landing on Viridian 3? Your multiple choice options are A, Star Trek Beyond; B, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, C, Star Trek Insurrection, or D, Star Trek Generations? Your opponents guessed A, Star Trek Beyond.
That is actually a super good guess, but you can just say it and I'll agree with you.
Yes, it's Star Trek Generations.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Told ya!
Give them a point, Ellis. Pretty easy stuff for them right there. Ethan having full faith there, and Liz Shannon Miller just answer for
She's
him.
the best. Did you see our last games where she totally carried us? I'm the special guest star in our matches.
Ethan recently heard me do a on camera breakdown of what destroyed all enterprises 0 through E. So.
All right, so you could probably help us out with some pronunciation issues too. That is good to know for future reference. In the meantime, you do get a point. It's 23 to 15 now. Deception's still with the lead. Deception's going to hang in this stream until they see what category you spin. Before you get to spin the wheel, we get blessed with the presence of your manager, Sam Levine.
Lam Savine.
Hello.
Greetings.
Sam.
Hey, you two. I am so proud of you. Sincerely. You're both playing so amazingly well. Everyone in the comments says the most boring part of the matches now are when the managers come in and say the predictable stuff. So I'll be unpredictable. Let's go throw some, Molotov cocktails around Griffith Park. You guys want to do that later?
You took it to a weird place.
Yeah.
That's unpredictable. I'm trying to be unpredictable.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition!
I did not predict you were going to say that.
Thank you very much, Liz. See, I'm just trying to spice it up. Keep everyone on their toes. Everyone, they all checked out when the managers come in, and now I'm here. What?
15 seconds.
Never mind. You guys are playing amazing. You don't need to hear anything from me. Let's take a look at the wheel, and let's keep crushing it.
Great.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's just get that wheel spun and get the anarchist off the screen.
Griffith Park.
Big money, big money, big money.
It had it coming.
Which part of Griffith Park? Are we kind of more of the north?
Let's not specify, please, for the love of God. Okay, it is dance movies. Dance movies.
That category
60
again.
seconds for lightning time to decide if they want to keep this category or use their mulligan.
Kate Mulligan.
All right, we did this. We discussed, I think, every slice. This is a 50-50. How do you guys feel?
Me?
I want Ethan to. Ethan, where do you land?
I did okay on this last time. Okay, but you were great. Let's do it.
You did.
All right, we're going to do it.
Very good. We will stick with dance.
All right. The art of dance it is, and we're just going to wait for Deception to move into that private green room stream. I hope you all left some icy cold beverages, both of the soft drink and adult variety for them to enjoy. And we will get to your questioning. In the world of dance movies, a reminder to the competitors, it's 6 questions, and you can ask us for multiple choice. You do get 1 free repeat of multiple choice options without having to use a JTE rule. Getting word that we're good, and so now it's just the 4 of us and thousands of our closest friends watching across the world. So here we go. Categories dance movies. And for 2 points, your first one. How many Step Up films have been released in theaters?
I mean, obviously there's the first 2. Then I feel like at least 2 more.
There's Step Up 3D. There's Step Up Revolution, and there's Step Up.
Step Up to the Streets.
I believe I'm going to go with.
No, just 2.
2.
I agree. 5. Final answer.
I heard 5, and time ran out. I have to go with it, and it's correct for 2 points. So
okay.
There it is. Step Up. Okay, so we move on to your next question.
Maybe 7
and
or 8,
that is,
but,
in the world of dance,
5.
what famous musical featured 2 dancing street gangs called the Jets and the Sharks?
That would be West Side Story, correct, Ethan?
I concur. Final answer.
West Side Story, final answer.
It's correct for 2 points. And it is all of a sudden a 4-point game. Lightning time trailing Deception with 4 questions remaining in their round number 2. Your next query, who directed the 1988 film Hairspray?
I know the answer to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I concur. John Waters, final answer.
John Waters is correct for 2 more points. And Andrew, they are cooking in this round halfway through. It is just a 2-point game. They can tie the lead of deception with this next question answer. This actress played the role of V. Moore, Ariel's mom, in the 2011 remake of Footloose.
I think it's Michelle Pfeiffer, but if you want to go multiple choice.
No, I think it's
Five.
hold on. I'll
4.
do repeat because I
3.
it's Andy McDowell. Final answer. Andy
2.
McDowell. Final answer.
But you asked for a repeat.
It's over with. You did not confirm the JT rule usage. You did get Andy McDowell under the wire, so that's how we're going to rule it. You did say Andy McDowell. That is correct for 2 points. And so
waiting for Shannon to challenge this.
it has been a hotly contested, but nonetheless very well played round 2 thus far for Lightning Time in the world of dance. 2 questions remain, and they can use all those questions to pad their lead, possibly going into round 3 if they hit it. Your penultimate question in the world of dance films. This actress played Joanna, Mike's on-again, off-again lover in Magic Mike.
I believe that is Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn.
I'll back you up on that. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Olivia Munn. Final
yes.
answer.
Final answer is correct for 2 more points. That's a 2-point lead for Lightning Time over Deception. They still have 1 more question in the world of dance. They could be enjoying as much as a 4-point lead going into the final round. We're about to find out right now. Ethan and Liz, your final question. Which Oscar winner played Motormouth Maybelle in the 2007 version of Hairspray?
Queen Latifah, I think. Do you agree, Ethan?
I think you're correct too. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I agree. Queen
final
Latifah.
answer.
Queen Latifah, final answer is correct for 2 more points. They just aced the world of dance. Gregory Hines and Michael Flatley themselves would be impressed there, Andrew, because now it is a 4-point lead for Lightning Time over Deception as we go into round number 3. We'll invite Deception back and then get on with the rules of the match. Well played, you two.
Yeah, that was incredibly impressive. I wasn't sure. They almost spun away, and here we are.
Here we are. We're just going to shuffle some boxes around. It's going to put Marisol where the Coyote is, but the Coyote is there. We are. And we are back here for round number 3. There were no steal opportunities for Deception, courtesy of Lightning Time. Lightning Time acing their category of dance films, which means we get right into round number 3 with a 4-point advantage for Lightning Time in round number 3. Each team, as a team, is going to give us 3 numbers. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same integers as your opponents because each numeral corresponds to a different category of movie trivia, Schmoedown, mystery. First question is worth 2 points. Next one is worth 3 points. Final question is worth 5 points. It is a team's match. So here's where it gets fun and interesting and a little strategic. Once we give a given team the category for their 2-point question, that team must decide which member is going to field that query solo. You may not rely on the strength of your teammate for the 2-point question. The opposite team member will then have to answer the 3-point question in the same fashion, not relying on their teammates' knowledge. Teammates may only confer for the 5-point question. There's no stealing and there's no penalty for missing a question in round number 3. JTE rules and challenges work as normal. So before we bring your managers in to give you a little pep talk, we need those numbers. And we are going to start with Lightning Time. Lightning Time, you have a 4-point lead over Deception. So from 1 to 20, which numbers feel fortunate?
Ethan, I believe do you remember the numbers we kind of had in mind?
I do. It is 1, 17, and 10.
You did have to look down. You did have to refer to notes, but we will give it to you.
I did. We made notes, and then I was like, I probably should make sure I looked at that right.
You also didn't write down all the answers there too, right? For every
as long as hands are up, eyes of the camera, we're all good. So let's go to Deception. Any numbers that are not 1, 17, or 10 from 1 to 20, what feels lucky?
Kick it off, Marisol.
Let's go with 9.
7.
and 14.
9, 7, and 14 it is. And so Deception, after thinking very hard about those numbers, we're going to give them a chance to relax and bring in the manager of Lightning Time, Sam Levine.
Lamb Savine.
All right. So we're going over that wheel, and you guys were like, we're 50-50 on dance. Could go either way. So you can play with the other players in the league. You can't play with your manager. Be on notice, league. The usual suspect. Apparently, we love dance films. You guys, this is great.
We do now.
I'm so proud of you. I have to take a brief moment. I don't know who in the chat sent the LAPD to my home, but
it was me. It was literally me.
Thanks for that.
It was
Great
for
response
the safety of
time.
all.
You made very clear threats to a specific location.
Yeah. Where are the precogs? I haven't actually committed the crime. It's another. I don't want to get into it. You guys, you need nothing from me right now. I'm like the dad holding the back of the bike, and the two of you are off on this tandem bicycle. You're all the way down the street. I can offer you nothing. You're all on your own. You're doing great. I'm so proud of you.
Cool. See you on the other side.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that is the time. And now 60 seconds for corruption.
Their sorting hats are really cute. You guys, look, a 4-point deficit. Is that where we're at? Let me check my math. Are we down by 4? I don't want to get railed for having bad math, especially being a straight A student. Anyway, 4 points is not a deficit that you can't crawl out of. And a 4-point advantage is not a guaranteed win, okay? Because you still have 3 questions in front of you that you are capable of answering. It doesn't matter what Lightning Time does on their side of the screen. All that matters is the two of you in this room choosing who's going first, who's going second, and then melding those beautiful brains together to answer that 5-pointer. Because we're going to need all 3 questions, I feel it. The good news is you can answer all 3 questions. Say your piece. Give it to me. Lay it on me. Leave it all out on the floor. Here we go.
Hey, this is what we play for. We play for all of it. I still stand by what I said. I would rather have nobody else by my side, and we're getting tested here. So let's do it, Coyote. Let's start over from square one. Let's answer these questions, and let's finish a hard battle.
Let's do this.
Let's go, babies. Love you.
It is all for corruption. So we welcome everyone back, manager free, and it is time for round 3 to kick off. We are going to start with Deception. They find themselves trailing by 4, but they can catch up in a hurry by having that deficit if they get their 2-pointer. So Andrew Guy, they selected number 9 as their lucky number. What category did that land them in?
So number 9 is going to coincide with the category of Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
For your 2-pointer. Which one of you would like to field this question?
We'll both probably be good on this, Marisol. Do you have a preference?
No. No. If you feel comfortable, you could take McConaughey. I don't care.
I'll take the 2.
Okay, Coyote, you will be taking Matthew McConaughey for 2 points here. All right, Coyote, in the category of Matthew McConaughey for 2 points, your question is, who directed Matthew McConaughey in the film Ed TV?
Ron Howard.
That is correct for 2 points, and to cut that lead down to 2, which means we're going to stay here with Deception. It is 25 to 27, and your second number, Lady Justice, was number 7, which coincides with the category of Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio for your 3-point question. All right, Lady Justice, for 3 points in the category of Leo. Who played Leo's father in Gangs of New York?
That would be Liam Neeson.
The Liam Neesons?
3 more points and the lead. Liam Neeson is correct as we send this back over to Lightning Time, Ellis.
That's right. Deception doing their job so far. Their knowledge complementing each other. And now Lightning Time has to answer at least one question. Deception avoiding the TKO. And now Lightning Time has their 2-point category. They selected number 1. And that corresponds to the world of crime movies. Speaking of your manager, crime movies. So for 2 points and possibly to regain the lead, would it be Liz or Ethan fielding this question in the category of crime?
How are you feeling, Ethan?
I feel totally fine about it. Happy to have you take it if you want.
Why don't you go for it?
Great, let's do it. I'll take it.
All right. And your question for 2 points and the lead. In the world of crime, Lorraine Scafaria directed Jennifer Lopez in what 2019 crime drama?
Hustlers.
Is correct for 2 points, and Lightning Time back on top over Deception. So now, Andrew, it goes back to Deception. The good news, they can collaborate for their 5-point answer, but the less than great news, they have to get this to continue the match.
That's right. We are sitting at a score of 29-28. If Deception hits their 5, they will send it back over to Lightning Time to answer their 3 for fun and then have to hit their 5-pointer as well. So, Lady Justice and the Coyote, you have all 3 of your repeats left, and you selected number 14. Number 14 is going to coincide with the category of the great Denzel Washington for 5 points, and to send it back over to Lightning Time. And the dog next door is very excited.
I just thought it was Molly.
For 5 points in the category of Denzel Washington. John Lithgow plays hitman Earl Talbot Blake in what 1991 thriller also featuring Ice-T?
Pretty sure that's Ricochet. Marisol. Does that sound right to you?
That does sound right.
Repeat the question just so we can talk it over more.
First one.
The category of Denzel Washington for 5 points, Deception. John Lithgow plays hitman Earl Talbot Blake in what 1991 thriller, which also features Ice-T?
1991, yeah. I support Ricochet.
John Lithgow, I'm pretty sure, is in that.
5.
Repeat the question.
Using your second repeat, you have 1 remaining in the category of Denzel Washington
Smart to save the
for 5
repeats
points.
for this
John
question.
Lithgow plays hitman Earl Talbot Blake in what 1991 thriller, also featuring Ice-T?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure John Lithgow was the hitman because I'm pretty sure Denzel's a cop. That's what was throwing me off. So I would say I believe it's Ricochet, Marisol.
Let's go with it, Coyote.
5.
Ricochet, final answer.
Rick Ashe.
That is correct for 5 points. The lead and Deception is back on top. Ellis, this is exactly what we expected coming into this pay-per-view.
That is who Deception has been in the past and once again in the present. What a huge answer that was, because it not only keeps them alive in the match, but it also is going to force Lightning Time to now hit their 5-pointer. And so there's going to be a little less pressure on the 3-pointer because it's good for fantasy purposes and practice, but we will still ask it. Lightning Liz, this is going to be your question, and you did select number 17 for the 3-pointer, which can cut the lead all the way down to 1. Doug Williams' legendary number corresponds to the world of directors. And again, you will be fielding this question solo. Directors. And your question for 3 points to cut the lead of Deception to 1. Which actor directed Will Smith and Matt Damon in the 2000 film The Legend of Bagger Vance?
I believe that would be Robert Redford. Final answer.
I call him Bob. He's a close friend, but that is correct for 3 points. And
Also
now,
someone asked for
Andrew,
Iron
did
Man
you want
Shelter
anything
Breakfast.
else out of the opening match of this pay-per-view? It's a 1-point ball game, and Lightning Time now has a 5-pointer that they got to have. It does not get better than this, folks.
No, sir, it does not. I am so happy that I am not in this match right now, but this is why these 4 are. We got 4 of the best players in the entire league, Ellis. Take it away, man.
All right, and they did select number 10, Lightning Time did, for their 5-point question, which could give them the win. If they hit it, if they miss, Deception takes the victory. The category is 80s movies, and I'll specify that is the 1980s.
It's important to note
For
that.
Ethan and Liz. And a friendly reminder,
you.
you may collaborate on this question. Categories of 1980s. A lot of good movies came out then. And here is your question. For 5 points and the win. Desmond Davis directed what 1981 fantasy adventure film that co-stars Laurence Olivier?
Liz, feel it must be Clash of the Titans.
I am willing to trust you 100% on that.
I have literally no idea what else it could be.
5.
I'm good with that answer.
4.
Clash of the Titans, final answer.
And your winner, Lightning Time, Ethan, and Lightning, Liz, Shannon, Miller, Clash of the Titans, not the recent ones that weren't that good. Desmond, I have no idea how that one is. I hear there's a mechanical owl. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, but the bottom line is this. The Usual Suspects and Lightning Time are the winners in a nail-biter that kicks off one hell of a pay-per-view event.
You should just make us like the headliners and just flop it. Just make us the headliners.
Yeah.
You can do that.
I mean, I wouldn't complain. Jeez Louise. Ethan,
I'm not gonna.
What the hell? That's amazing.
You two are not allowed to ever do a match without those hats.
The hat, you know what? Hat don't lie. Hat don't lie.
Hat don't lie.
We will let the we'll let the haberdasheries talk in private for a little bit, and Andrew and I will wrap things up. Congrats to Lightning Time and the Usual Suspects.
Thank you,
Andrew. Wow. That is. They didn't have to pay us. I would have paid money to just be here for a front row seat to get to watch this thing, and that is why you folks out there support the Patreon as fervently as you do, because of matches like that. What a ball game, bud.
I just can't get over this incredible back and forth, starting from round number 1. Then we get Deception hitting opponent choice in round number 2. They do an incredible job navigating through opponent's choice, which is, that's honestly what we expect at this level. Those two have so much knowledge, but Ethan Irwin was lights out today. That man did not miss one question. He was on top of the steel. He knew the 5-pointer. I got nothing but praise for Lightning Time today. Sam Levine was able to just sit back and watch his duo run through Deception, and that was an incredible performance from, of course, Lady Justice and the Coyote. But that's the game. That's the movie Trivia Schmoedown. You might be the best out there, but sometimes you fall a little short.
It wasn't a question as to whether we were going to see greatness on display from both teams tonight. We knew that going in. That's a given. It's just going to be who has that little extra advantage, and it might have been the hat that Liz Shannon gave to Ethan. I mean, that's how thin the margins are. You just change what's on your head, and you might end up winning a match. Ethan Irwin, perfect in round number 1. Liz Shannon, Miller, and him working so well together in round number 2 in the category of dance films. And then the round 3 acrobatics, dynamics, fireworks that went off. 4th of July lasted a little bit longer than we expected. And so right now we are going to go to an exclusive post-match interview with both squads. First, the winning team, Lightning Time. Their manager, Sam Levine of the Usual Suspects, are with our own Jen Sturger. Jen, take it away.
A beaming Sam Levine is a happy Sam Levine. Congratulations, Usual Suspects. I feel like there's just the energy in this group is palpable right now. I mean, how does it feel to knock off a team like Deception?
I mean, friggin' crazy.
They're speechless.
They're literally the best around. They played amazingly well today. I would have, if we had not taken it, I would have been so proud to have just played opposite them. I thought they were fantastic.
Yeah. I think the teamwork between you two was really on display in this match. Like, tell me how you guys kind of navigated your way through this.
Well, Liz is a friggin' whiz at
Liz the
Whiz, as it turns out. And she basically carried that entire second round.
I knew there were that many Step Up movies, for real.
How do you not remember Step Up All In? That one's set in Vegas.
Makes sense.
But no, it's great. Yeah. It's great. I love being able to play with Liz.
On display, just how awesome she is.
and yeah, I feel like we really listened to each other, and I feel good about it. And to echo your sentiment, Marisol and Adam are awesome. I certainly went into this not expecting the drubbing I had last season from them, but this is not the outcome I necessarily completely envisioned. So again, hat don't lie.
Yeah, and I want to say Ethan's always an outstanding player. It's one of the reasons I love playing with him. Is just like I know that I can have a few flubs in round one, and he'll still be perfect. And in that 5-pointer pool, man, chef's kiss. I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think sometimes you sell yourself short, Liz. I think if we're being honest, you don't necessarily buy your own hype, and that's probably a good thing because some people become insufferable that way. But does pulling your weight in today's match, especially with the dance categories, like does that boost your confidence at all? I feel like you're one of those players I have to talk into the fact that you belong here.
No, it was also I'm also really excited to go back and look at the Star Trek round they did because Ethan, I like Andrew just gave Ethan a lot of credit for knowing the answer to that steal we had, but I knew that.
No, she knew it all. She knows more about Star Trek than anybody.
I know you know more than me, but together we're unstoppable in that category for sure. So I'm very much looking forward to going back and seeing what those questions were and trying to figure out how we would have done. But thank you, I appreciate it. I'm just trying not to be. Maybe I overlean into humble. I don't know.
Sam, would you like to talk up your team a little bit? I feel like you're sort of speechless, which honestly I'm enjoying for a second. But
please, I can't tell you how proud I am of them, and not that I don't think Deception doesn't do this. Of course they do. Shannon loves her team and she works with them all the time. But I have to tell you, I know firsthand how hard Ethan and Liz have been working, how hard every member of the Usual Suspects has been working on improving their play, filling those knowledge gaps. Everyone in this faction makes everyone else in this faction a better player. And I am so lucky that I have great players like Liz and Ethan really leading the ship, that all the other players are following their lead. And I mean, there's no two ways about it. We've been on a run, and I have to hand all of that over to the players themselves. They are the ones actually answering the questions. And these two guys right here, they have been at every study session we've had, and it shows. And here are the results.
Can I also please shout out everyone on Suspects has been amazing. Everyone shows up at this training sessions. Everyone's so supportive in email and everything. But I just need to say, Paige, Forbetti. I should know how to say her last name. She's gone above and beyond recently. Yep. She's been a real trooper, and I'm so glad that she's having the success she's having in the league because she's helping everyone else be successful as well.
Everyone,
awesome.
They were asleep when I got to draft her, let me tell you. She is the MVP of the Usual Suspects. Yeah. We wouldn't be where we are without her. And here we are. So,
well, guys, your study sessions are probably going to be ramping up because obviously now after winning today, you're going to face the winner of Rushmore and Final Exam.
What's that? There'd be no follow-up games.
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, I thought this was it.
Sorry to break that to you guys, but
can't we have one nice day?
No, that's not how this works in the Schmoedown. You know that, Sam. So, I mean, I guess I would ask you, pick your poison.
Ooh, that's a toughie. Obviously, the redemption against, Rushmore would be great. I would also like to play against Paul again. I think would be, I had such a great time playing against him before. And so to do that in a different environment, I think would be really great. Liz, how do you feel?
I mean, both teams are incredibly impressive, and like Ethan said, redemption would be pretty tasty. But also, Paul and Lon are great players, and it'd be great to take them on.
Yeah, Paul and Lon are great and they're fun, but I want to right some historical wrongs. Let's go Rushmore.
Historical wrong.
Sam Levine to say no. I want the beef. Bring on the beef. I see many Twitter war in Sam's near future. So Well, congratulations, guys, and best
you.
of luck in your next match.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks.
See you guys.
I mean, Andrew, that's what that sport does to you. You know, you just get such a celebratory feel, and why not? With how well Lightning Time played, how well they worked together, how well they were managed by their very odd performance by Sam Levine here today, but it all coalesced into a thrilling victory that will not be forgotten anytime soon.
No, and I feel like I actually have to chime in really quickly, because I think Liz was saying that I didn't give her the credit for Star Trek, which I was more so giving the credit to Ethan in that moment for leaning on Liz. It was very clear that she knew exactly what the answer was. And the reason that I mentioned that is because we had a bit of a misstep from Deception in round 2 of Star Trek. It's so tough when you both know so much. Marisol and the Coyote are both A hitters out there, but we did have a correct answer that was nullified. So that was more so what I was trying to speak on, with that camaraderie and the communication between Ethan and, of course, Lightning, Liz, Shannon Miller. But when we talk about Deception, this is a tough one, right? Because what do you really do at the end of the day? How do you play much better than they did? You're going to miss 1 or 2 in round 1. Sometimes that's going to happen. You get opponent's choice and you go basically perfect in round 2, and then you hit your 2, 3, and your 5. I mean, if I am Shannon here, if I'm Corruption, there's nothing to be upset about here other than the fact that you don't get to walk away with the W. An incredible performance from all 3 of them, really.
And there's no doubt in my mind that both the Coyote and Lady Justice were in that ready position that they teach you how to play in sports when you're a kid. Had there been a steal opportunity, it just didn't come their way, and thus they go in to round 3 trailing by 4, which is a really tough hill to climb, but they still ended up with the lead and forcing Lightning Time to hit the 5-pointer. No manager, no fan can ask much more than that of any team. Deception adjudicating themselves very well, but likely a disappointed feel in that locker room. And for that interview right now, alongside the Queen of Corruption, Shannon Barney, we toss it back to the great Jen Sturger.
Deception, Shannon. Obviously, today did not pan out the way you guys hoped it would.
The little coyote.
Everybody's got props. I'm sorry I didn't bring one. Anyways, tough loss today, guys, and I'm not sure, how do we rebound from this? It's not a 4D film, Shannon.
Well,
I mean, look,
ladies first.
It's not. It's a rebound, sure. Like, there were some slip-ups that turns out we couldn't afford them in this particular match, but Deception came and they did every single thing right that they had to do. The rebound is to win next time. I don't know what more you can say, but these guys, Lady Justice and the Coyote, are one of the best teams we've ever seen. And they're so young and they're still so new at it. And they have from here to eternity to be a championship level team. They're already right there. It's disappointing to lose when you're the caliber of player that Adam and Marisol are. I think that goes without say. I don't think anyone would disagree that when you're a championship level player, it sucks to fail on your mission. The team chemistry is out of this world. I couldn't ask for a better A team. They share that privilege. They share that honor with Corruption. I don't have an A team or a B team. I have 2 A teams. And I'm very, very lucky and smart to have gotten that for myself. Now, sometimes you're not going to win. Sometimes you're not going to win. It happens. Both of these competitors have faced losses. They're going to pick their heads up. They're going to be proud of what they did. They're going to be so proud that not only did they spin opponent's choice, they basically had to sit through and watch Lightning Time spin spinner's choice twice with dance movies and Star Trek. And they gave up one multiple choice. That could have gone terribly, but it will never go terribly for Deception because they are one of the best teams this league has ever seen. Ever. They're one of the best teams this league will ever see. And I can guarantee you that. So
the wheel round aside, we could be looking at entirely different outcome.
Going in the round,
a double opponent's choice, and they still had to have Lightning Time answer their 5-pointer. What more could I ask for? What more could I ask for besides a win? And I'm not always going to get that, and I deal with that, and that's okay. And they'll come back from this stronger than ever. You guys think that when we have these tough losses, they're tough. I'm not going to deny it, but they're not heartbreaking. And everyone says, "Oh well, it was a heartbreaking loss." No, actually, they were. With players like this, it hardens their heart. It makes them still trapped. It makes them better each and every time. And what Deception needs to understand at this juncture is that people will say, oh, well, maybe Deception's not as scary or as great as we thought they were. Maybe we overinflated them a little bit. And I implore you all to do that, because that will be to your demise.
Yep. It will.
I 1,000% agree. It's super frustrating to go 2-3. It is incredibly frustrating. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, well we tried, yeah, like I'm just happy to be here. No, I put a lot into this. Adam does too, and Shannon does as well. And we want to win. That's what we're here to do. That's what we put forward. That's the effort we put forward, because that's what we're made of and that's what we're capable of. So it is frustrating when we fall short, but like Shannon said, we never stop. We only learn and get better. We do want to have it reflected in a winning record, sure, but it's not going to deter us. We get better with every game. We learn more. We improve more. We saw some room for improvement even today. I stand by everything I said. I want this Coyote in my corner, and it's almost a problem. Like maybe we know too much because we both have really strong instincts. It's never like a blank slate for either one of us. So maybe that's the first time that's ever been like a detriment. Maybe, I don't know, moving forward on a team, but we're more than game. We're only going to get stronger and work harder. And God willing, we just have the chance to keep doing that in this league, because I think it would be quite foolish not to allow the people who are showing up and really ready to go the distance the chances to continue to prove that. I think it's a testament to just Season 8 in general, how tight the competition is, just like many of the other divisions. The team, these are all A-grade teams that are playing each other, and it's so razor thin, the margin for error, that we come out with a loss and a losing record from this. Maybe I don't know, maybe we should play with matching blindfolds next time. Maybe we should take a leaf out of Lightning Times book and play with matching blindfolds. What do you think, Coyote?
That'll keep the lens glare off my glasses pretty nice.
Probably.
I do have to ask you, there's obviously a difficult, decision having to be made, but obviously it won't be made after a collision. With corruption up for the belts, it's like you're only going to be allowed to put one team in. So if they don't get the belts at collision, by some chance, you're going to have a difficult decision to make on your hands, Shannon.
It's not really a difficult decision at all. It's a business decision. It is based on
teams are aware of it.
Nothing personal, with no emotional attachment to whoever will go in that team's tournament. I will tell you once again that I have 2 A teams to put into this tournament. So whoever goes in will be fully supported by the rest of their faction, business as usual, like we've been doing since last season.
Shannon's practically saying that we're going to play to the death to see who gets in.
Basically, we're gonna have it's gonna be like what is it, Gladiator and shit. We're just gonna have like lions and chariots. It's just whoever dies doesn't get to be in the tournament, I guess.
And Shannon's like, "Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?" That's exactly how I'm not going to do that.
Anyway,
but there's always a plan in place. And also, just for the record, you guys, just for your own peace of mind, that 1-point steal wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game. I know we're going to have our conversations about that, and we'll break it all down on our own time, but it didn't change anything. You know what I mean? Sometimes the questions just don't go your way, and Schmoedown's Lady Luck she's just a finicky little lady, and sometimes she loves us, and sometimes she wants to just keep giving us opponent's choice and making our road to victory harder and harder. But lucky for me, I have people on this faction who are always up for the challenge.
And I know we got to move on to the next match, but I'd be remiss if I didn't weigh in and just say there's a lot ahead of us outside of this division. Teams is incredibly stacked, and it's the most competitive division, in my opinion, in a lot of ways, because you're combining forces. So it's like making the Justice League and the Avengers constantly fight each other. And it's like, it's going to be, it's going to come down to that last question a lot. And I'm proud of a lot we did today. And to Shannon's point, we left that steal on the table, and I should have trusted Marisol. I learned a tough lesson today, but at the same time, it didn't matter in the end because
Ethan at the same time, you crushed opponent's choice. You freaking crushed it in a category that they thought they would sink you in, and you crushed it.
And we're very happy about that. At the end of the day, it was Lightning Times Day, and Clovis and I are very happy for our team partner over here. Yes, this side, because she has a lot of work ahead of her this season. She has a great opportunity coming up at Collision. I personally am throwing all my weight behind her. I punched my ticket to the Schmoedown last season. I'm very thankful for it. I'm sorry if I can't repeat playing perfect this season. I know it can be a disappointment to some, but I also do a lot behind the scenes, guys. You don't see everything that I contribute to gameplay in matches. So the more you put me on the bench, the more I'm helping my teammates rise up. And we're going to throw all this weight behind Corruption, as we did when they got revenge against Danger Zone. And I got a match coming up in a little while. I'm excited about it, but Marisol's is next, and I'm going to put all my effort into making sure she crushes the guy who did those movies.
That might be the scariest thing you've said to anyone in the Schmoedown ever, Collins.
I do like you, Kevin Smith. I still want to be friends, and I want Marisol to crush you.
Well,
we always come back for our own. Whenever one of us goes down, we come back with a vengeance, and we avenge every single loss. Check the record. Put me on the record for that. Whoever's next, we're coming for you.
Absolutely. Well, tough loss today, guys, but I'm sure we'll be seeing you again soon.
Ooh, guy.
Already got your popcorn. Well, I guess that means that was the end of the road for you here tonight. Not the end of the road for Deception by any stretch of the imagination. I know they're dejected. I know that they're upset after a very tough loss, and I agree with the Coyotes' comments that a lot of times these teams' matches, Andrew, it feels like the Avengers going against the Justice League. Not in domestic box office, we know who wins that, but just in terms of might. In the world of comic books and now expanding to the world of anything movie related, we saw such a breadth and depth of knowledge here today by both teams. I don't know how Rushmore and Final Exam can follow it.
I don't either, but that's exactly what it is. Adam Collins said it perfectly. You copied it. It was just, that is the way this movie trivia league is now in teams. You've got to be the best of the best, and you got to have Lady Luck on your side. I think Shannon made a really, really great point there. What else could you have done? That steal didn't actually matter at the end of the day. Ethan Irwin was just perfect.
And that's how good they are, that the steal doesn't matter.
Throughout the match, they were able to cover each other's blind spots. And look, you have the right questions, you have the right teammate. That's how you become a champion. And I'd be very, very surprised if either of these squads don't make it to the top of that mountain by the end of this season or maybe even next season. But there are definitely championship caliber teams here, Ellis.
And there's no rest for the weary because, as you saw Jen asking about it, I mean, look, we have a huge collision coming up of which Lady Justice is an intricate factor, taking on Kevin Goodenough Smith. And look, if I'm Kevin Smith, I was already nervous playing against Marisol McKee, playing against Lady Justice, and now hearing that the Coyote is throwing his full weight in support of Marisol. That's a lot for anybody to handle. I don't know how Silent Bob is going to remain mum on the subject because that is one daunting task. We're going to see if he could do it along with 3 other incredible matches at Collision. We're also going to see who's announcing this next match with me. Is it going to be you? Do you know? I don't have any intel on this. Do we know what we're throwing for?
I am out of here. I want to watch this match between Final Exam and Rushmore. I'm taking off my jacket. I'm pouring myself a drink.
You know what,
I
guy?
I'm going to come back after the post game. I want to eat my popcorn.
I'm going to make myself some popcorn
Ellis,
too.
I think you did a great job, but
for the match.
I'm out of here, man.
All right, well, thank you to Andrew, Guy, and just before we toss it to your 5-minute break before our headlining matchup tonight, yeah, it was my dumb little I survived another year day on Wednesday, and just want to say thank you for all the well wishes. If I didn't get back to you, sorry. It's just the sheer volume of the community we have. It means more to me than you could possibly know. So with that, thanking Andrew, Guy,
Voting
and
the Mandalorian
at both Deception and Lightning Time. Corruption getting the win. Excuse me. Corruption getting the... You know what, Andrew? No, I think I might need you to announce the next one. I think I'm just done here. Corruption getting the loss.
The birthday celebration was too much for him.
Let's just give us 5 minutes to relax.
Okay. Oh, that was a pretty long one. And I have my own match coming up soon, so I don't know how many more Schmoedown matches I can watch and react to. I only got 8 questions right. Most of it was and the reason I got such a high number is because they went for Star Trek. So, yeah, like I said, always count me out whenever it's not Star Wars or Inner Geekdom. And even when there is, like, general trivia, I usually, whenever I do get high points in general trivia, it's mostly because they landed on an IG category or an animated category, which I guess does technically count as an IG category right now. Anyways, congratulations to Lightning Time. They continue to impress. And yeah, my heart goes out to Deception for a tough loss, which, let's be honest, it kind of started in round 1. I mean, like Shannon said, the steal didn't matter. It was just Ethan played a perfect game in round 1. And there really is nothing he can do about it. And he played a perfect game the entire match. Now, of course, round 2, he did have Liz with him, so technically doesn't count. But even in round 3, he got his 2-pointer, and he immediately got his 5-pointer without even having to think it over. So, yeah, that's what happens when you play someone like Ethan, and even Liz. Liz played a great match. Well, let's not beat around the bush. So, yeah, I gotta prepare for my other match, as well as watching the other match from the pay-per-view from last week. And then I've got like 5 other matches to watch. I don't know. Life is tough. Let's get used to it. See you in my next match. Goodbye.
Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.